This is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are embarking still on this topic. What are we doing? We're developing extraordinary leaders right now. And as a young man, we are giving you principles, we are giving you nuggets, we are giving you some advices and tips that will help you to become an extraordinary leader. What am I teaching about today? I want you to have continuous learning attitude. As a young man, this is a principle of note, very important principle, that you have continuous learning attitude. Now, there are many of us who are not teachable at all. We hard heads. We don't want to listen. We don't want to be taught. We don't want to change our attitude and learn from others. And that is hard luck, because that will actually delay you. You will remain ordinary while you're supposed to be an extraordinary leader. Now, as a young man, have what we call continuous learning attitude. So be ready to learn from every situation. Be ready to learn from other people. Be ready to learn from any incidents that comes along your way. Sometimes we learn even from problems. Do we learn? Yes, we learn also from mistakes as well. And that's very important. Now, I want to urge you as a young man that have continuous learning attitude, because that comes with a decision. You must make sure that you want to learn at all times. Tell yourself when you wake up in the morning that today, when I go back to bed, I must look back and say, this is what I've learned in the day. So look forward to learning in life. And as we teach these principles, I hope that you listen with an ear to learn so that you can apply and become a better person. We want you to become extraordinary. And as I said, we impart this wisdom to you so that you become a young man who is extraordinary, a young man with wisdom, a young man with integrity and character. But we're teaching you through kingdom principles, and I believe that you're learning from these kingdom principles, and your life shall never be the same. When you continue learning, you must seek new knowledge at all times. There are those things that you know, and of course, you've learned them in the past, but seek for new knowledge. Ask yourself, what is in it for me to learn? What next do I need to learn? How do I learn something that will make me to become better? And this is very key. And I'm emphasizing this because many of us are not actually able to be conscious enough to say, I want to learn, and I want to learn new information. Now, when you want to learn new information, find out from those that know the information. Make sure that you identify people that know some certain concepts, some certain principles in life, some certain information that you may not be exposed to. And as you do so, please remember that you need to go and find out from them. Learn from those people as they teach you, as they share what they know, as they share their knowledge with you. You become a better person through that. And I'm emphasizing this because it's very key for you to seek for new knowledge. Now, new knowledge is not only being sought from people. You can actually seek it from books. Read books, young men. Make sure that you read. Make sure that you expose yourself to reading materials that will actually teach you and give you new information. Make sure that you listen to news. Even if it's a radio news, television news, you'll always learn something. Make sure that you go to internet, browse through, and learn from the internet as well. These days, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of knowledge that is out there. And it's only up to those who are seeking new knowledge that will find that knowledge. There are some of us who are lazy to seek for new knowledge because we don't seek new knowledge anyway. We are not interested in seeking new knowledge. And I want to urge you that if you want to become an extraordinary leader, seek new knowledge as a young man. But also not only seeking new knowledge, start to learn to adapt to change as well. There are those of us who are so rigid to an extent that we don't want to change. And I want to tell you now that if we say you learn, we must see you by changing. There are those of us who cannot change. There are those of us who are the same yesterday, today, and forever. They're like God, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But I want you, as a young man, to remember that you cannot be the same yesterday, today, and forever. You must start to learn and become a changing and evolving individual. You must learn and become a better person every day. I cannot see you today and next year you're still on the same pace and the same place as well. So I want you to learn and become better. I want to meet you knowing something better than what you used to know yesterday. You cannot remain the same. And remember that even with children, as they grow from their own families and parents will be very disappointed if a child that is now 10 years is still behaving like a child of 3 years. That will be diabolic. That will be something unacceptable. That will be something that is disappointing to the parents. And the same, somebody who has got a continuous learning attitude is somebody who seeks new knowledge, but also adapt to change. Remember that change comes along with learning. And if you learn and never change as well, and the learning has not done something to you, or the information or knowledge has never done something to you, because every time you learn, you must change. Every time you learn, you must be different. And that's very important that we emphasize that. Now, I want to also emphasize that if you want to change, you must having a change attitude. And the change attitude is along together, taking with continuous learning, whereby you will say, I want to change, then I seek information so that I can learn and become a better person. And I want to emphasize as a young man that please make sure that you become a better person by learning always, seeking new information, seeking new knowledge, and adapting to change as well. Can I say also that it's not only to adapt to change, but you need to apply insights proactively. Can I emphasize that as well? Because the insights that you learn from every single teaching or learning that you learn, whether it's from a book that you've read, whether it's from a television or internet, or even from a radio, when you have had some insights, it is going to be very important that you apply them. And I want to emphasize this as a young man, that you cannot grow until you apply the knowledge, until you apply the insights. And when we talk about proactively, we talk about you apply them yourself without being pushed. You're not being forced by anyone. You're not being coerced into applying it. But you are going to apply it because you want to change. You want to become a better person. And I'm emphasizing this because it's very important. There are those people that wait for somebody to enforce things. We have seen young men that are at school and they're waiting for teachers to force them to study. They're waiting for teachers to force them to prepare for exams. They're waiting for teachers to force them to shape their lives through the education. And I want to urge you that if you want to become a wise young man who will grow with knowledge that will shape him, who will become an extraordinary leader, be proactive in your studies. Be proactive in the knowledge that you're seeking. Read books and read extraordinarily. Don't just go to a level where you've been given a homework. Don't just go to the syllabus, to the level where the syllabus ends. Go and read extraordinary. Read other information that may be related to this, but that may not be in your school book. And this is very important. As a young man, if you want to become a businessman, go out there and learn of how to become a businessman, not limited to what you studied at school, not limited to the courses that you did, but to be able to go extra mile, as we have said in the previous lessons, and to be able to apply the insights proactively without being coerced or being forced to do that. So don't wait for anybody to evaluate you. Don't wait for anybody to chase after you. Don't wait for anybody to force you to put insight or information in your mind. But make sure that you do proactively without anybody forcing you to do that. And this is what we call an extraordinary leadership. Extraordinary leaders, they are actually taking care of their own knowledge. They make sure that they become responsible, and not only responsible, but accountable of the information that they learn, and make use of that information to become better in their lives. I want to end up here. But before I check out right now, I want to remind you as well of our social media platforms, our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Please follow us there. Follow us on Micornus Phokane as a Facebook page. But continue also to make sure that you follow us on our YouTube channel, TikTok account as well. That will help you as we continue doing that. And the good Lord will bless you as you do that. And I believe strongly that you will learn and continue learning from these platforms. Don't forget to follow us on our TikTok account as well. Very, very important. And as we have seen, great followership. Those of you who are following us, thank you very much to continue following us. Please invite others as well on these pages so that they can follow us as well and learn out of what we are doing. May the good Lord bless you and allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.